What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue. This week's episode might just be a little controversial. I know some people have some mixed feelings about this topic, but I wanted to bring it up because of the fact that this particular topic was actually kind of interesting, to say the very least, as far as like as far as like the promos, if you will. And that is the topic of whether or not Konami should bring back the special editions. Now you guys might be wondering, special editions, what are those? Well, the special editions are basically the how can I describe it? Each mini box contains 3 packs of whatever core set was released during that time, and you get 2 promos. You get one of 2 promos that was seen in a previous set, and then you get one of 2 new promos that will be released in the next core set, if you will. And the first special edition was actually Lost Millennium. But what's interesting is that this was not the very first special edition. In fact, truth be told, Invasion of Chaos was the very first special edition ever released, but I don't remember what was in it. As far as the promos go, I don't remember. I know that with Rise of Destiny, which was the second one, special edition, I know that you got... I'm trying to think. What was Invasion of Chaos? I know one was Gemini Elf. I'm gonna have to take a look. Give me a second, guys. Chaos Special Edition promo cards. So if I remember correctly, Gemini Elf, I believe, I know Gemini Elf was one of them. I think it was like it was like one of 2 or one of 4. What were the 2? Gemini Elf, Magic Cylinder, Ring of Destruction, Lava Golem. They were all ultra rare. The other one, the next one, which was Rise of Destiny, you could get Dark Magician Girl. I know Judgment of Anubis was the other one, but what were the other 2? Vampire Lord? Yeah, I was right. So it was Diffusion Wave Motion, Dark Magician Girl, Judgment of Anubis, and Vampire Lord, all ultra rare. And then actually what I find so interesting about Rise of Destiny was that Konami printed the first edition packs so much that they decided to take all of the excess packs and turn them into special editions, which actually was a good idea, because I think it lowered the price of the booster boxes by just a little bit, which was actually pretty cool. But moving on, though, but as far as the other special editions go, you got You got Lost Millennium, Shadow of Infinity. You have the Structure Deck Dinosaurs Rage Special Edition, Elemental Energy Special Edition. You got the Gladiators Assault, Force of the Breaker, GX Next Generation, which I don't think I ever saw that one. That I don't think that set's ever been opened on the channel before. Light of Destruction Special Edition, Phantom Darkness. Let's see here. X-Saber Power Up, Twilight Edition, Light and Dark, which I think was the set that gave us. Was it? I think. Was it Light and Darkness Dragon? Plus 2 packs of Dark Revelation 4? I think it was Dark Revelation 4, if I remember correctly. Samurai Assault, which I think I brought. I think I did an opening on that one a while back. I think what was it? Strike of Neos? And a couple others? Storm of Ragnarok. And there was one other one, I can't remember it. Yeah, I can't remember it, honestly, but then you also got other sets, like the Raw Yellow Mega Pack Special Edition, and then just a bunch of other random ones, the Fire Fist Special Edition, which was an interesting one. Then you also have Dimension of Chaos, which was only available in the UK, unfortunately. But what was interesting about that set was that once you opened up the box, there were no such thing as booster packs. You got one thick, clear pack that had all 24 comments, or potentially, potentially with, or potentially, what would it be? What, 21 comments if you were to get if you were to get 3 hollows, potentially. So, it was a bit of an interesting one. And it's the same thing with the Dark Illusion. It was a bit of an interesting one, but yeah. So those were like just some of the special editions that you could get. I'm trying to remember. What the promos were, because I know that some of the promos for some of these sets were actually pretty nutty. Lost Millennium had Invader of Darkness, Chaos Emperor, Dragon Envoy at the end, Mazera, Deville, and the end of Anubis, which I think Chaos Emperor was like the best one out of all 4 promos, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I think that was the case, because I know that a lot of people would grade that card later on, and it would get like 9s or something like that because of the centering. But Elemental Energies promos. Sorry guys, my neck is just stiff. That's what she said. Bad joke, I know. Let's see here. Elemental Energy had Horus the Black Flame Dragon level 8. The Creator. Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys. And Silent Swordsman level 5. And then moving on to Shadow of Infinity. I know that one of the promos from back in the day, from like several years ago, I think one of the promos would be like Raw Sphere mode, and then I think like Psalm Striker or something like that. Something like that. But the special editions were actually pretty good because a lot of the promos that were in each of these were actually really good. You know, especially from Rise of Destiny, even this one as well from Shadow of Infinity. You had Acid Trap Hole, which, funny enough, was actually a secret rare. Was one of the secret rare promos from what was it, from DDS, from the Dark Duel Stories video game. So it was basically its first reprint, which was pretty cool. Ryoku as well. Windstorm of Atakwa, and Mesmeric Control, which was the other secret rare reprint. I think Acid Trap Hole was like the better one, just because it was much better. Competitive, meta-wise, it was basically more better. It was the better one. And then just moving forward, going forward into Strike and Neos, one of the two ultra rares that they get would be Shrink and a alternate art of Cyber End Dragon, which was pretty cool. I'm trying to remember like what else. I'm trying to remember, but the thing about special editions, especially with the ones that had the Starlight rares, you were not guaranteed. You wouldn't get them. You would not be able to get them at all because with the Starlight rares, the only way you could get the Starlight rares is if you got the first edition packs, and that was it. That was it. Now, as far as the Structure Act Dinosaur's Rage, the promo was actually 5-headed dragon, which I think its release was actually a jump promo, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. I think it was a jump promo, but yeah. But moving into the into the Duels Pack Special Edition, you got Blockman, Treasure Map, and Hero Spirit. Which Hero Spirit was actually kind of an interesting one. So its effect reads: during the battle phase, if an elemental hero you control was destroyed by battle this turn, make the battle damage from one of your opponent's monsters 0. So it's basically it was basically a really bad Karibo. I swear, guys. 5 dogs now. I don't know. Before I even continue, I almost forgot. I almost forgot, guys. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Friday, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My @ will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And the reason why I always ask you guys to subscribe is because we're now 49 subscribers away from 200. And if you guys have not checked out the community tab, should be the first post you see. I posted a couple photos, one of the Korean Strike of Neos box, and one of the Toon Chaos box. The Strike of Neos box, I'll open that up once we get to 200 subs, and then the Toon Chaos box, I will open that up once we get to 1,000. So again, subscribe, guys, if you guys want to see those boxes open. But moving on, though, again, the special editions were actually really good. I mean, yeah, sure, I'll admit, the promos from certain sets were like really bad. Like these two right here. I actually have them here on the laptop. Force of the Breaker Special Edition. You have Phantom Beast, Rock Lizard, which I've never seen these cards before. Let's see, Phantom Beast, Rock Lizard, 7-star Dark Beast Warrior, 2200 attack, 2000 defense, and it says if you're tributing a Phantom Beast monster or Gazelle, the king of mythical beasts, this card can be normal summon with 1 tribute. When this card destroys the monster by battle, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. When this card is destroyed and sent to the graveyard by an opponent's card effect, inflict 2000 damage to your opponent. I mean, you are dealing a lot of damage, but this card sucks. This card sucks. Winged Rhinos. 4-star Wind Beast Warrior, 1800 attack, 500 defense. During either player's turn, when a trap card is activated, except during the damage step, you can return this face-up card from the field to the hand. Oh, shit. Yo, that's actually pretty nuts. So if your opponent were to activate a card like, say, Compulse, you can just Compulse this back to your hand on its own, making them waste their back row. That's actually pretty nuts. Tactical Evolution, though, was another interesting one. Because you had the Masked Beast Descardius, and of course its spell, the Mask of Remnants. And the funny thing about Masked Beast Descardius is that its effect reads, cannot be normal summon or said, must first be special summon from your hand by tributing 2 monsters, including at least one Grand Tiki Elder or Melketh the Four-Faced Beast. If this card is sent from your field to the grave, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, equip the Mask of Remnants from your deck to it. And then the Mask of Remnants reads, when this card is activated, shuffle this card from the field into the deck. While this card is equipped to a monster, by the effect of the Masked Beast Descardius, take control of that monster. So it's essentially it's essentially a Snatch Steal, basically. So again, these things were absolutely nuts, because again, the promos were good. Some of the sets were actually pretty good, such as, Chaos Impact, Rising Rampage was another really good one. Savage Strike was probably one of the best ones of 2019. Then of course you had as well Maximum Crisis, which was technically in which the special edition one was basically its first reprint, if you will, of what was it, Ash Blossom. So that was a very interesting one. Shiny Victories was a pretty nasty set, giving us a bunch of Blue Eye support and whatnot. Clash of Rebellion was a bit of an odd one, but still it did give us Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which was a pretty cool one as well. Cross Souls, Secrets of Eternity, which was a bit of an interesting one, but it is what it is. Then of course we also had what were known as the deluxe editions and the super editions. And the funny thing about the super editions was that all the super rares that were in the main set were also promos, which made the set not that good. Not that good, but they were interesting. Then we also had the deluxe edition, which were only for four different sets at the time. Judgment of the Light, Legacy of the Valiant, Primal Origin, and Duelist Alliance, which I think I did, in which I think I opened up the Primal Origin one. I'm gonna have to look online and see if I can find the other 3, just to showcase to you guys how bad the deluxe editions were. I mean, don't get me wrong, it was a good concept, but it just wasn't like, it just didn't sell all that much. And I think there are some there are some sellers out there that they're actually selling them at a very low price. I could be wrong, but still, it was interesting. Then we had the Fire Fist Special Edition, which I'm gonna talk about this one here in a second, because the only card that was the only card that was a promo, and there was only one, Fire Formation Tenki, which obviously made sense given the fact that they were Fire Fists. But all in all, I think Konami should bring back the special editions just because of the fact that think of the promos that we could get for sets such as Photon, Hypernova, sets like Cyberstorm Access, and even potentially Maze of Memories, maybe. Who knows? But that brings me to the question of the day, which is this: do you guys want to see Konami bring back the special editions? Let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for this week's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel, you guys want more episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Friday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.